Who was the biggest monster, Hitler or Stalin? A question that stirs the pot of history and incites debate. Our story begins in the early 20th century, a time of political unrest and uncertainty. Two men emerged from this chaos, seizing control and forever altering the course of history. Adolf Hitler, a charismatic orator, rose to power in Germany, fanatically promising a return to national glory through the sinister ideals of Nazism. Across the continent, in the snowy expanses of the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin climbed the ranks of the Communist Party, eventually establishing an iron-fisted rule that would last for nearly 3 decades. Both these men, driven by their own ideologies and quests for power, would lead their nations down a path of unimaginable destruction and human suffering. Two men, two ideologies, one shared legacy of horror. Now, let's delve into the darkness of their reigns. Adolf Hitler, a name that echoes with a chilling resonance. His reign was one of extermination and war. Rising to power in the early 30s, Hitler led Germany with an iron fist, his policies and ideologies shaping a timeline of destruction. His most horrifying act, the Holocaust, began in 1933, marking a devastating era of systematic mass murder. Over 6 million Jews were exterminated, their lives snuffed out in concentration and extermination camps. This genocide, fueled by Hitler's anti-Semitic ideologies, remains one of the darkest periods of 20th century history. But Hitler's reign of terror was not confined to the Holocaust. His aggressive expansionist policies were the catalyst for the Second World War, a global conflict that brought death and devastation on an unprecedented scale. Hitler's thirst for power saw him invade Poland, France, and a host of other nations, causing a ripple of destruction that spread across continents. The death toll of World War II is staggering, with an estimated 70 to 85 million lives lost, representing about 3% of the world's population at the time. This war, initiated and fueled by Hitler's ambition, forever altered the world's landscape. Hitler's reign was a dark chapter in human history, one that left an indelible scar on the world. On the other side of the spectrum we have Joseph Stalin, a man who ruled with an iron fist and left a trail of blood in his wake. Stalin's rule, a chilling epoch in world history, was marked by a ruthless and unwavering pursuit of absolute power. In his quest for dominance, Stalin orchestrated the Great Purge, a brutal campaign of political repression that resulted in the execution and imprisonment of millions. This was not just a purge of the political landscape, but a brutal culling of anyone who dared to dissent or pose a threat to Stalin's totalitarian regime. But the horror didn't stop there. Stalin's policies also led to the man-made famine in Ukraine, known as the Holodomor. This famine was a direct result of Stalin's forced collectivization of agriculture, a policy that led to the death of millions from starvation. It was a calculated act of genocide, a chilling demonstration of Stalin's disregard for human life. And throughout his rule, Stalin fostered an environment of fear and paranoia. His iron fist extended beyond physical violence to psychological terror. People lived in constant dread, never knowing if they would be the next target of Stalin's wrath. Stalin's rule stripped away the freedom and lives of countless individuals, a reign of terror that continues to haunt us. His legacy serves as a stark reminder of the depths to which human cruelty can descend when power is unchecked. So, who was the biggest monster, Hitler or Stalin? In the chilling annals of history, both figures cast long, dark shadows. Hitler, the architect of the Holocaust, led a reign of terror that resulted in the deaths of 6 million Jews, along with countless war casualties. His oppressive regime, fueled by racial supremacy, brought the world to its knees. On the other hand, Stalin, with his iron fist, ruled with an equally deadly grip. His purges, famines, and labor camps claimed the lives of millions, leaving a legacy of fear and suffering that still echoes today. Despite their stark ideological differences, both dictators shared a common thread: an insatiable thirst for power and a chilling disregard for human life. Their reigns left indelible marks on the world, their actions causing untold suffering and death. The verdict is yours to make. Both Hitler and Stalin were monsters in their own right, their actions a grim reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink. In the aftermath of such cataclysmic events, we bear witness to the catastrophic consequences of unchecked power and the devastating effects of fear and prejudice. We are tasked with the responsibility to remember, to learn, and to ensure these dark chapters of history are never repeated. The verdict we deliver today is not just on Hitler or Stalin, but on our collective ability to learn from the past and strive for a better, more humane future. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.